Hello, my hawk friends. I don't believe I've ever drawn this card before, so either you are new or you are in a new state of mind. Either way, I am happy for you. Okay, it says watchful, all-seeing, messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch over our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail, as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It's said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. So I guess big changes for you, or little changes that snowball. When in balance, sees clearly, intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much, suspicious. To bring into balance, perspective shift. Well, if you're a hawk person, you're certainly good at seeing things from different perspectives. So that's good. It's a very good idea to see things from multiple perspectives, in my opinion. All right, now, to help you identify whether or not this is your reading, chair filled, someone entering your life. Someone new, I should say. Younger woman, perhaps it's a younger woman who is entering your life. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. It does say woman, not girl, so that rules out children. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And then woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. So lots of women in this reading. And finally, good luck. So, I am not clear on whether you need good luck, or you have had good luck, or you are having good luck. I mean, you've got some difficulties here, but perhaps it's simply saying that things will work out in these unsettled times. You will have good luck with them, or you have had. All right. What else do we need to know about why you are here? Why are you here? What is the message for you? All right. Why are you here? What is the message? What message do you need to hear today? Ooh. I feel like this one comes out a lot, but maybe I'm imagining things. Oh, that's funny. It's perspective. The hill perspective. Right underneath the hawk. Perspective. So that's confirmation for you. Two completely different decks. All right. I'm not sure whether this one meant to come out or not, but it keeps looking at me. I should have known. This one was looking at me too, but it did come out when I reshuffled. All right, so we have Bodhicitta. Courage, sacrifice, perspective from the hill, rationality from Sulis, analysis, rationality, yeah, that's all it says, Sulis, and the Druid, discipline, rules, control. I would say a practice. You need a practice. Okay. Oh, I didn't see this one. Stealth, solitude, secrecy. All right, so sometimes when you are learning a new skill, developing some new aspect of yourself, it's best not to share it with those around you. It needs to be protected until it becomes fully integrated into yourself. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I suppose it doesn't matter whether I meant to or not, right? The Wildwood. It's hard to read these. Disorientation, temptation, excitement. Oh, you have some issues here. No wonder you need secrecy, stealth, solitude. If you have these kinds of influences in your life, they would definitely disrupt whatever this thing is that you're trying to develop within yourself. I think you're doing a lot of re-examination, a lot of thinking, maybe about your temptations. And if you are in the kind of environment that promoted your temptations, then you would definitely need some solitude, even secrecy. Okay, let's see what the book has to say about these. I think it's been pretty clear so far, but all right, we'll start with 8. Sulis. Analysis, rationality, rationality, and logic. Wow, I didn't even see logic. I told you it's hard to read these cards. Okay, Sulis is the goddess of hot water springs bubbling up from underground. In the Celtic world, such springs were famed for their therapeutic properties, and many still are today. Hence, Sulis is associated with healing, prophecy, and the underworld. She is also regarded as a calming, civilizing influence representing science and progress. Sulis warns that a rational mindset is now necessary. Rein back your emotions. Think well before you speak. Consider the consequences of your actions. Deal with others in a calm and sensible manner, no matter what their attitude. Employ a little self-analysis in considering your future life path, and be sure to get any health concerns professionally checked. Okay. That's been coming up in a lot of my readings lately. Some of you apparently have some health issues you need to deal with. Boadicea. Courage, endurance, sacrifice. Warrior queen and druid princess Boadicea was strikingly tall with long, tawny hair, the ferocity of a wolf and the cunning of a fox. Staunch, brave, and selfless, Boadicea seemed to glow with an inner fire. Unyielding in defeat, she took deadly poison rather than submit to capture. She represents the friend who stands by your side in any conflict. With her support, you can overcome all obstacles. Wow, I hope you're not having communication issues. Boadicea symbolizes the need for stamina and endurance. There are serious problems coming your way. Despite the struggle, you will find the strength to survive. Take advantage of any help your friends offer, and give help unstintingly too, where it is needed. However, if your environment is not so good, go with the professional help. Oh, who's next? Oh, I skipped over the druid. 5. The druid. Discipline, rules, control. Priest, lawgivers, soothsayers, and poets. Druids held sway over all men and women and were free to travel wherever they chose. It took many years to train as a druid, and they were universally respected and feared, even by royalty, since they often conferred kingship. Nor were they afraid to wield their power, condemning those who broke rules or who opposed them to an agonizing death. The druid stresses the need for swift and impartial judgment and strong self-control. You need to consider all points of view, perspective again, in order to come to a decision, and the effects will be long-lasting, so you must be sure of your facts. Once again, logic, analysis, rationality. Others are looking to you for guidance. It's important you don't disappoint them. Wow, this reading is really tied together nicely. 16, the hill. No, 16. The Wildwood. The hill is 20. Sorry. Disorientation, temptation, excitement. The Wildwood once covered most of northern Europe. It was a fabulously lush and mysterious place, full of life and rich in secrets. Unless you were sure of your path, it was an easy place to lose your way. I think you have lost your way. Perhaps you're finding your way back, or you could lose your way if you don't get another perspective, get professional help, and really think things through. You need some discipline here. All right. The temptation to give in to your instincts and impulses is very strong right now. You crave excitement, the unusual and exhilarating. You yearn to be taken out of yourself for a while. Indulge your primitive side, but make sure you have a safe route home. Be wary of strangers and familiarize yourself with the dangers of the path you wish to follow. It may detract from spontaneity, but even the most courageous hunter never enters the forest without being forearmed. All right, so the hill is next. Perspective, seeing the whole. Druid knowledge and foresight resolved most differences without the need for combat, but on those rare occasions when wisdom did not prevail, the Druids would step into the background and view the course of the battle from a nearby hill. At the end of the battle, they would treat the wounded. It's essential that you find a position where you can gain an overview of the current situation. Set yourself apart from everyone and everything to consider where you are in life and where you want to be. Then make your plans for the future accordingly. Others may object, so you must decide whether to pay attention to them or to put your own desires first. I think that's the temptation card there, too. This is the most tied together reading I think I've ever seen. 49. Owl. Stealth, solitude, secrecy. All right. Beladruid, the flower maiden, I know I mispronounced that badly, sorry, was turned into an owl as a cruel punishment. The owl haunts the nights, unseen, a skilled, silent, and stealthy hunter, the keeper of secrets. In the spread, the owl indicates the need for stealth. Don't try to stand out. Keep your head down, be careful what you say, and under no circumstances trust or confide in others unless you know they are reliable and loyal to you. Work silently towards your goals, sharing with no one until the time is right. Stay alert, keep your ears and eyes open for opportunity, and grasp it when it appears. Wow. Just wow. I don't even know what to add to that. What can I possibly say? You definitely need to be very careful, to think things through, get a different perspective, get good help. Discipline, rationality. You are in a tricky situation, that's all I can say, and you need a new perspective. And avoid temptation. Perhaps we should find out more about this temptation. Who or what, because this seems to be the difficulty here. Temptation. All right, let's clarify this Wildwood card. There was a false start, and it did not turn out well. instead of leading to something, some goal, something you wanted, there was a reckoning. Something really unexpected, sudden. Scythe can be a harvest, and of course the Grim Reaper carries a scythe as well, so hopefully there wasn't an actual death. Chain reaction, butterfly effect. You really thought something would not be that big a deal, or not, would turn out very differently. Instead it went off in unexpected directions and gave you something you did not want as a result. What else do we need to know about this disorientation, temptation? Perhaps that's why you're disoriented. Just things did not work out. Oops. The way you expected or hoped. Now we have challenged the status quo. But it's also a bird. Not only is it a bird, it is a raptor. You have an eagle and a hawk. So still, the emphasis on clear vision, new perspective, higher perspective. Once again, sudden, unexpected change, uncontrollable chain reaction, wipeout. Now this is crazy. Apparently this disorientation led to a lot of change. Disorientation, temptation. I think you overindulged. Maybe that was your lifestyle, to overindulge. But it does look like you're seeing things clearly now. It says perspective, you know. Yes, energy, power, climax, fulfilled, pride, radiant, success, vigor, victory, happy, warm. It's winter right now. I would love to be warm. All right. Things are feeling out of control for you, but it looks like they're headed in a good direction, maybe? Not without a lot of work on your part. If you were expecting it to be easy or guaranteed, it's not. It is going to require real sustained effort from you. That was what the Druid card was saying. Hidden knowledge. Multiple choices and control. New beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. Change of heart. Perhaps you're regretting a decision. Oh, what does this say? Well, it looks like you really want a different direction in your life. Something cut you loose. Perhaps you did it yourself, which is always good. Perhaps it was involuntary. Not so good, but at least it doesn't feel as good. But it can be something wonderful if you let it. If you work with it instead of fighting it. Very interesting. It says you have many opportunities. So this cutting loose, I know it felt catastrophic. See, we have the scythe, avalanche, so really out of control. Things just, everything got wiped away. But it exposed things for you. New opportunities, power, freedom, hidden knowledge. Are you exploring the occult, perhaps? Something, well, occult means hidden, so that was redundant. Well, I mean, here you are watching a tarot reading. Hidden knowledge. Multiple choices. There are many, many forms of hidden knowledge out there. I'm not sure you need any input on that. The Druids had hidden knowledge. Alchemists have hidden knowledge. Martial artists have hidden knowledge. There's many herbal practices out there have a lot of hidden knowledge. Spiritual practices. There's a lot of hidden knowledge out there. I suppose even if you want to get into the, I don't know what they call themselves. The people who are always talking about aliens, alien visitors. I don't know what they call themselves. I know they talk about aliens in spiritual ways or quasi-spiritual ways. I don't understand it myself. Not my thing. But I haven't looked into it, so I can't really make any comment about it. That could be a form of hidden knowledge as well. I will be very intrigued to see what you choose to do. Because this is multiple choices. In control. In control, really? I don't think so. Transition, yes. And yes, you do have multiple choices, so you have control in the sense that you can choose which direction to go in. But if, and this is kind of a judgment card, really. Messenger of the Divine, you're being called to do something, become something. Hidden knowledge, new perspectives, yeah. Your world is about to expand in a big way. It is a new beginning. It is progress. I think it's in a very unexpected direction. We have this butterfly effect. That's what the butterfly does, right? It seems like chaos. Some little thing happens and you end up somewhere completely different than... It's just, you never ever would have thought you would end up where you will end up. And then you keep going because it never stops. Chain reaction, right? So, welcome to the journey. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. At times it's going to feel catastrophic. Be persistent. Be determined. Keep repeating things. Keep repeating things that bring positive outcomes. Even if you don't see the positive outcomes at first, if you have a practice of some sort, like meditation or yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong, you're not going to see results at first. You shouldn't expect to. Persistence is what gives you the benefits. You're not going to get, I don't know, a bolt of lightning from the heavens and changing your life or winning a lottery ticket. No, that's not how it works. Repetition is what makes your dreams real. The small steps. You have... I don't know. I'm not going to say anything more about that. I think I'll go with the herbiary today. There's sometimes I like the Wisdom of the Oracle and sometimes I don't. I think I'm going to have to... The yin and yang cards are terrible. She clearly has no understanding of them, but Hawthorne. And mullein. Mullein is very good for respiratory conditions. I doubt that's what they're talking about here. All right, and I forget what hawthorn is good for. Might be poisonous. Let's start. Hawthorn. Heart's home. Hawthorn remembers a time when local gods watched over knolls and wells, frolicking and making mischief in her branches. She remembers her limbs hung with strands of beads glittering in the sun and scraps of fabric fluttering in the wind like prayer flags, offerings to the land itself and to the gods who kept alive the vital conduit between spirit and matter. Those days are mostly past, but Hawthorn holds the portals open, knowing these interconnections provide true nourishment to keep the heart whole. If Hawthorn appears for you, strengthen your heart and guard it from homesickness by tending the connections between the spirit realms and material world. This is either referring to paganism, pagan witchcraft perhaps, and or druids. Hawthorn I'm talking about, not mullein. Okay. Mullein appears where she's needed and has trouble staying where she's not. Because of her penchant for moving about, over the years she's learned quite a bit, making her a wise guide on any journey. Ooh, see, professional help. Mullein brings multifaceted understandings into alignment with each other, easily building intellectual bridges between seemingly disparate or disjointed things, because her gift is seeing the structure of the whole. She'll sing the relationship of bone to water or air to skin in a way that makes you wonder how you never saw these patterns for yourselves. Call in mullein when you need a torch in the darkness or an overview of the whole so you can understand the parts. Perspective. Wow, perspective. I might have to name this reading that. But I think you had a wonderfully cohesive reading. I hope you find it helpful. Take care.